Hello, I am the Destroyer of Worlds. This is Pixel Dungeon VR, also known as Pixel Dungeon, also known as Free Dungeon. Anyways, back to it, Pixel Dungeon VR. This video right here is called my Zero-to-Hero guide by the Destroyer of Worlds. It's all for a brand new beginner players going all the way to pro. For the ones who want to just push the damage, get stuff done as quick as they can, crunch through everything. I wanna be beginner and I wanna make it a pro. If you follow this path, this is very helpful information. I wish I knew when I first started the game. Please pay attention, pay attention. A lot of great information here. Again, this is my opinion. A lot of other people have tons of other opinions, but this is just my fast track of what I think a lot of people should do if you're just trying to make it to the fast track. This is what you should do. Let me switch over here to first person. All right, I'm a brand new player. I'm level 1. I have no idea what's going on. What do I do? You come into your command room. We will go over this a little bit later. First things, just get right into the game. Start fighting monsters. That's where the fun is. So what you want to do is, well, quickly, here's your character right there. Shows you what you're wearing. You can run over to your map here, and you have a left item, a right item, and an item on your back. Usually it's like a bow. I'm gonna switch over to a bow. All right, I got my bow on my back. Level 1, what do? Well, you're looking over here. This is what you do. You come over here. Right away, you get into a group with a high level character so they can just smash through a dungeon. So you get tons of experience very fast. Good chances of getting lots of great weapons for later on. How do I do that? So you come to this board. It's called your room hub board. You click random room at the top, random room right there. It'll push you into another lobby that has up to 10 players on it. You also can scan the room and see the different colors of the level of the people. That guy over there, he's orange. It means he's a level 50. Orange is red. Hey, this is a great room. I go over to this person over here, politely say, hello. Can you please just help me run through one dungeon? Like library max would be great. I mean, please just help me just run through one dungeon if you don't mind. Be very polite about it. What you do not want to do is, hello, I'm level 1. Can you help me get my boss weapon? You can't even use boss weapons till level 31. Hello, I'm level 1. Can you help me make it to level 21 so I can use 4 stars? Help me crunch levels to 21? Well, most controllers only last 2 hours. At most, you might get like 3 levels if you're already a level like 15 or something. You might get 3 levels in 2 hours playtime. You're not gonna crunch like 30 levels, so don't even ask for it. Be polite. Just say, hey, can you please help me run through library max difficulty? That would be great. They would. A lot of people would just have pleasure in helping you out if you ask politely. Don't be annoying. Don't be screaming. You do not need to scream. You do not need to scream. Everybody can hear you. Talk at a normal voice or a lowered voice. We all can hear you. Okay, moving on. Again, we already did random room, got to our room of 10 people. Next thing you do is you take this little portal that's a square, you stand on it to the command center. It comes over here. This is how you actually join the group. There are 4 dungeons, 1, 2, and 3. It's dungeon, library, ruins, time rift. The first 3 are difficulty 1 through 6, red being the hardest. To get boss coins, you have to do the last 2 difficulties, orange or red. So again, if boss coins have another way to get boss weapons later on in game, But again, you ask the person, please, library max difficulty. Please run me through library max difficulty. So when you're in the group with the other people and you're not soloing, there'll be another board here on the right. A board on the right will have the name of the person who started the group and 3 other slots for people to join. I have a question mark. All you gotta do is click the question mark and you join their group. So if you keep asking people and asking and nobody just lets you join them a high level or whatnot, then you can always just come over here, look at the board, and just jump into anybody else's group over there. Again, hopefully a higher level, a 30, a 40, whatever. And then hopefully they're doing the max or second max difficulty on whatever map it is. It doesn't matter. At this point, you're level 1, you join their group, and then if as soon as they beat that dungeon from level 1, trust me, you're going to jump. If it's max level, you're going to be like level 7 or 8. If you do time rift, so time rift starts at difficulty 2, it runs to difficulty 7. If they did time rift 7 and they beat it, you will go from level 1 to level 9 in one freaking dungeon. Super quick. So even if it's not that, it's an easier dungeon. In the top 2 difficulties, still only like 2 or 3 runs and you will be level 11. So 2 or 3. So, and also after you started the group, they will click a little thing here that will say ready. Once you'll hear the little motion, and then these are the portals that you stand on. You stand right in the middle, not on the edge, right in the middle of any of these 4 portals, and it brings you into the dungeon and you just go through. What happens inside the dungeon? You kill monsters, you find blue chests that you put the key in and turn. Above the blue chest is a crystal you grab. When you grab that crystal, a weapon will appear. You don't automatically can use that weapon right then and there. The weapon is for after the dungeon. It goes to your weapon board, stored in your weapon board that is outside of the dungeon. And then you kill the boss. There'll be a boss chest that you push your hand on, and it also will make another item that you grab. And then there'll be a portal behind it. Jump on the portal, and it brings you right here where you can see the damage that everybody did in your group for that dungeon. Then you take this portal right here, and it brings you down that way. Brings you back to your main room right here. In your main room, all the items that you grab from the blue chest and from the boss chest at the end will then appear here. Now, right now, there are 5 different slots for equipment. 1 stars, 2, 3, 4, and boss weapons. So theoretically, it's a 5-star. Pretty soon, in this update, they're supposed to be adding 1 more here somewhere in the middle. But anyways, the weapons are there. Some of these weapons you cannot use yet. You can't use 3 stars until you're level 11. You can't use 4 stars until you're level 21. You can't use boss weapons until you're level 31. Before I push into this any further, also, if you just on the free trial, the way the game's made is you can't go above level 10. You're stuck at level 10. I have another video actually can show you how to get to 11 without paying, but that's you can search that up later on a different guide. I'm not going about that right now. So if you didn't buy the game, theoretically you're stuck at level 10 and you can't use 3 stars. But this video, we bought the game, which means you can go all the way up to level 50. You can get all the gear and use it eventually. So we bought the game and we're crunching for level 50. That's what we're going in this video. So again, my bad. So I joined the groups. I ran like 2 or 3 dungeons with them, max level. We beat everyone. I'm already level 11. Great. It's super quick. You had a little fun. There you are. You're 11. Now you can use 3 stars. That happens so quick that you're not even worried about 1 or 2 star weapons. Don't waste your gold on it. Here's your 1 star. It says this book at the bottom right shows, you can click up here and see every single weapon in the game. Green is 1 stars, blue is 2 stars. Again, you got to level 11 so quick, these 2 don't even matter. Don't waste your gold on them. But now that you're 11 and you can use 3 stars, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go library, 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 over and over and over again. Same thing. You can now start soloing it, or you can continue to jump in groups. Best to continue to jump in groups to try to get max difficulties into the library, so that you get the better equipment that you're running for. So in library, the first thing you're hopefully will get is the spear. I think I trashed my gear already. Let's see. Nope. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Void Shard Lance. Void Shard Lance is what you're going for. 3-star Void Shard Lance. What it does, I'm quickly going to go over the stats. You can get 2 abilities on it. So, sorry, you get the Lance. First thing you do is then you go to upgrade. You upgrade it and you max it all the way out. That will pump up your damage all the way at the beginning. Max it out. Void Shard Lance. Right there. Then you go to the refresh. Each refresh is 20 gold. I'm going to show you my other one here. You click on the refresh, if you can see this. It shows what your weapon currently has and what the new refresh is. If you want that, then you hit apply and it will have the new ability. If you don't want that, you just hit revert and it still has the ability that it already had, and just refresh. So a lot of times you're just going to be going refresh, revert, refresh, revert. Each time you're using 20 gold until you get the best abilities that you can get. I'm going straight to the nitty gritty. The absolute most damage thing that you want to find on your Void Shard Lance that you're looking for is it can have one purple ability that is throwing damage plus 40%, and then that's purple, and then a blue that is throwing damage plus 20%. A totaling of throwing damage, 60% damage. Absolute best Void Shard Lance you can get. 40 and 20, all throwing. But notice what I have here is a blue that says damage to normal enemies plus 20%. So what actually happens is there's 2 sets of enemies in the dungeons. Normal monsters and elites and bosses are grouped together. So you can get attack bonuses on your weapons for specifically for normals and or specifically for elites and bosses. You don't want to separate them. The stats you want on your weapon is you want additional damage to affect both groups. What you want is the constant damage. So it's again, that's where that throwing damage comes into play. It's throwing or melee percentage. That's what you want. An addition is explosion. So again, with the Lance, 40% throwing purple, 20% throwing blue. Absolute perfect Lance. Every single monster I hit is going to take all that 60 regardless of what type of monster it is. Constant damage, the way to go. Now, quickly, I'm going to step on these others. Okay, if I refresh ability, dash gives me plus 150% damage. So what that means is if I hit dash and then I hit within 5 seconds or something like that, I get that plus 150. Okay, well, you run out of dashes. Dash, dash, dash. I get 3 hits, and now I gotta wait for my dash recharge, or 4 dashes. But it takes time for that dash recharge to get. So now I'm losing a massive amount of damage. When I get 3 attacks at a lot of damage, yes, but in that same amount of time, by the time my dash is recharged, I could get like 20 attacks, which is way more damage than that times 100% or times 300% dash damage is going to give you. Constant damage percentage is the way to go. Pay attention, remember it. Constant percentage damage. Another thing, range is always the best way to go. Again, this is the fast track, range, because if you're going to go in a group, there's monsters, I'm going to be just destroying monsters as soon as I come in the door, while all these other people are trying to run to the monsters, and the monsters are already dead before they even get there, because I've already killed it with my range, percentage, constant damage. That's what you want. To your shields real quick. 3 stars. Push over to the shield. Pretty certain I didn't destroy it. Nope, here we go. A 3-star shield you'll want here is you'll already be having it. Iron Wall Shield. Running library. Drops in library also. Drops in every dungeon. Iron Wall Shield. 3-star. Absolute perfect you want on it. Purple. Successfully block. Reflects 100% weapon damage. And blue. Successfully block. Reflects 50% weapon damage. Absolute perfect shield you can get. Secondary stats, if you can't get that 50 blue, then take the blue, negative 10% damage. And or as a blue one, you do not want this in purple. You want it in blue. It's auto deflect eligible enemy projectiles in blue. That's a substitute for the other blue 50. If you can't get the 50, that's the other one you want. Absolute one you need first, though, is the purple reflex 100% weapon damage. That's what you want for your shield. I'm not going to push into that anymore. Okay, so I got my lance. I got my 3-star shield, 3-star lance. What do I take on my side? It doesn't matter. Any crap that you want. The two that are going to drop for you, again, you're hitting library up. Right is the Void Crown. Void Crown or Moon Silver Blade. Everybody's going to have Moon Silver Blade. It's a sword. Doesn't really matter. Again, you're just doing range as you constant damage as you destroy the dungeon. Range constant. Get to the boss. You have your shield to protect you regardless, and still just keep staying away from the boss, dodging the boss's attack. Range, range, range. If you want to have a little fun with melee, okay, on the boss or on a single elite that you're finally attacking on, okay, that's where you can use your little melee thing. Don't even worry too much about your freaking melee. We're on the fast track. This is what we want. Okay, library over and over and over. Max difficulty as soon as you can get it with people helping you on max or second max. Max or second max, library, library, library. Until when? Until you get Holy Dawn drop. Holy Dawn is the upgraded version of the Void Shard 1. Holy Dawn is right here. Holy Dawn, 4-star. Legendary ability. So it's a 4-star, so you can't use it until level 21. This is what you're going to use from 21 to 31 until you can use your boss weapon. Holy Dawn. Pretty much the same thing as the other one, except this one adds explosion damage, which is super nice. Again, super powerful. Holy Dawn. Holy Dawn, absolute perfect stats you can get. You're going to have 1 orange. You absolutely need explodes on throw hit for your orange, dealing 80% AoE damage. That is your orange. The next thing you can get is 2 purples. Perfect Holy Dawn would be purple throwing damage plus 40%. Purple throwing damage plus 40%. So 80 plus a whole nother 80, 160. Every single throw you have, 160 damage, and it explodes. Absolute perfect Holy Dawn you can roll for. So on top of Holy Dawn, you will also then be running with your Eternity Shield. Eternity Shield. Now that it's a 4-star, again, drops in every single dungeon. Holy Dawn only drops in library. Eternity Shield drops in every dungeon. What you absolutely want on this shield is orange ability, successfully block, reflects 200% weapon damage. Then 2 purples, that is successfully block 100% weapon damage. Successfully block, reflects 100% weapon damage. Absolute perfect Eternity Shield you can get, totaling, blocking 400% weapon damage. Perfect you can get. Again, what do I use for my last slot? It doesn't matter. Again, I would take, you already have AoE damage and range and defense. My next video was going to go into, it shows the difference of comparing Holy Dawn to the Frost Strike DLC bow. Because that's really the only competitor, another one that pretty much would do the same as Holy Dawn would be the cards. The cards, which are the DLC that you can buy. But again, why pay money if you can just get this from a drop from library? Go for Holy Dawn. Okay, now pushing on. I got my Holy Dawn. What do I do now? Now is when you stop doing library and you go to Ruins. Ruins will give you the boss weapon, F&M Lance, which is the upgraded version of Holy Dawn. So in Ruins, same thing. Now in Ruins, you're strictly going for the boss weapon. So what that means is you're going for boss coins. You need 2,000 boss coins to make the boss weapon, and then you need just under 1,400 boss coins to pump up your boss weapon all the way to plus 15, the max it can go. I'm going to switch over here. Ephraim Lance. Here it is. Ephraim Lance. Absolute perfect stat you can get on this sucker is boss weapons can actually get 3 orange legendary abilities. The best thing you can get is explodes on throw hit, dealing 80% AoE damage. You can actually get that 3 times. Absolute perfect. Second thing, if you can't get it all, would be just throwing damage plus 80%. And again, ideally you want that twice. 80, 80, 80. That would be the perfect Ephraim Lance boss weapon. Damage the max you can ever get. And you definitely want just at least one of them being explodes. Not all 3 need to be explode, 80, 80, 80 throwing damage, but one of them needs to be explodes. That's where the number one thing you can go for is that explodes. Massive damage, single boss weapon, so I don't need as many coins as if I'm going to go for 2 of the daggers from Time Rift. Right? If I'm going for 2 dagger time rifts, well, they get a bonus if I use 2 together. Now I don't have my shield defense, and now I gotta spend double coins. I gotta spend 2,000 to make it, 2,000 to make it, another 1,400 to pump it up, 1,400 to pump it up. It takes forever. It's the good thing about the daggers is one hit automatically recharges your refreshes, but it also doesn't have AoE. It's also kind of funky throwing it. It's kind of hard throwing both straight at the same time. Really, probably the best way if you have the daggers is the tapping like this against bosses, right? Doing it this way with 2, theoretically, yeah, you are probably doing more damage than the lance, but not by much. And with the lance, you have explosion, and you can carry a shield for defense. The lance is the way to go. Once you got the lance, then move into the daggers. My other videos, not going to go into it, talks about, well, why don't I go for the library swords? Why don't I go for the dungeon axe? They're not throwing. Back to the thing, anybody with throwing has a huge advantage over melee. Throwing is always the way to go. Okay, moving on quickly into the talent tree. So, I should have mentioned this at the very beginning, but what happens is when you first start the game, again, if you don't buy the game, you're only stuck at level 10. So so if you plan on you never purchasing the game and you're gonna stick around level 10, then on the talent tree that's where you go for your dashes. So try not to get into this too far. Middle right column is all about precision dashes. If you plan on never buying the game, then this is the one you want. You want to get all of the middle right. I'm not gonna go into. There's a whole nother video about that. You can look that up. But this video is about. I already purchased the game. I'm going for level 50 as fast as I can. Constant max damage as fast as I can. This is what you want. You want to take sword mastery first. It's the middle left sword mastery, and then do the entire bottom left all the way to celerity to get that extra dash. Extra dash is super important. Then after that, you go back to the middle left and finish it all the way off to limit break. This will pump up all of your damage. At this point, you will be about level 20, where then you should do the upper left and go all the way to trifecta, so you can use 3 boss weapons by the time you are hitting level 31. A lot of people like doing that. If you're not really too concerned about boss weapons like that, then go ahead and work on your bottom right green. Gives you more hit points, a little damage reduction, blah, blah, blah. And again, leave middle right for last. Upper right is not out yet. That's in a future update. That's your talent tree. Gone over that. What else do I need to know about this? This board over here is just your friends list. You can add and remove friends, see who's actually online, stuff like that. This board over here is just about upcoming people, people who made the game and upcoming updates and stuff. It just talks about it. That's how you join. At the very beginning of the game, you can come over here, click the top, scroll down. It only starts you, I believe, with just the boy and the girl right here. You just click on whoever you want to be. You can see what you look like on your left. You hit equip. Then you can close it off. And now you're the other character. Hey, I'm a boy. I don't want to be a girl. Blah, 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 blah. There it is. If you want to purchase the game, it will be right here. Once you purchase it, it disappears, but that's where it's at. And here's where you can actually purchase gold coins. Again, it's up to you if you want to pay on gold coins. Here are your achievements, you little board here. So one quick thing to note is about you can only hold 50 items. So up here it shows 44 out of 50. Once that hits 50, then if I'm inside a dungeon and I try to open a chest and grab the crystal above it to get my new weapon, if I'm already at 50, I can't grab that crystal anymore. So you luck out. So you before the chest, before the dungeons, you need to destroy your gear. It's the trash can here, and then you select your item and you hold salvage. Salvage destroys your gear so you can make more room to get more equipment inside dungeons. That's the way that works. And that's about it. I think that's really it. So, end game, that's it. Go for that lance. Once you got the lance, then finally move over to Time Rift to work on getting your 2 daggers. Then after that, I'd also, at that point, if you finally got that, get your 2 daggers, and then finally go back to library and get your shield next, your library shield. That way you can use your 2 daggers and library shield. 3 boss weapons, looks super cool. But Lance is the way to go first on the fast track. Really, that's it. Destroyer of Worlds here. Once I get my character back. Trying to think if there's any last minute notes I want to push out. Got tons of other videos out there. Check them out. Great stuff. So my next video, this is my beginner to pro fast track guide by Destroyer of Worlds. I have it's called Zero-2-Hero is what I'm calling it. The next video is coming up at the upper left here. Click on this. This is 1 of 4. So hang in there. Remember the stuff I talk about. Use it. I wish I knew this stuff when I had first started. That's it. Destroyer of Worlds. Peace.